You are doing everything you can, working hard, optimizing every detail, staying on top of everything. But what if all that effort is actually what's holding you back? What if the way you are running your business is the very reason you are not growing? The truth is that most sellers fall into the same trap. And today I'm going to tell you what it is and how to solve it. If you are serious about scaling, and I mean really serious, this video is going to challenge what you know about running your Amazon business. Let's get into it. If you are new, welcome. My name is Michal. We scaled and sold an 8-figure FBA brand with my business partner, and this is where I share everything I've learned about business. Let me tell you a quick story. Imagine a small bakery run by a guy named Paul. Paul is an artisan baker, known for his excellent pastries. He's simply an expert with a passion for his craft. As his reputation grows, he gets offers to open new locations, partner up with local cafes, and he even gets an offer to write his own cookbook. The potential for turning his bakery into a widespread brand is huge. But he loves the hands-on process and the personal touch he brings to each batch. Being a baker is simply what matters to him the most. He's not going to open new locations. He's not even going to hire anyone. Paul decides to focus on mastering his craft. He doesn't want to be an entrepreneur, he wants to be a baker. And here's the thing. Most Amazon sellers say they want to be the entrepreneur, the visionary, but they act like Paul, the craftsman. So why is this important? Because if we are constantly stuck in the weeds, optimizing our productivity and honing our technical skills, we'll never be able to scale our business beyond a certain point. We'll hit a ceiling. And today I'll show you why this happens and, more importantly, how you can break free. Let's start by taking a step back. When you first started your Amazon business, you were probably involved in every aspect, right? Sourcing products, managing listings, handling customer service. Basically doing everything yourself. And that was necessary. In the beginning, you had to be the jack of all trades to get the business off the ground. But here's where it gets tricky. As your business starts to grow, the same hands-on approach that got you here can actually hold you back. Instead of evolving into the role of a leader, many sellers double down on their technical skills, becoming the craftsmen who focus on perfecting their skills rather than scaling their business. And this isn't unique to Amazon sellers. Many small business owners fall into this trap, and it makes perfect sense. After all, most of us are taught that success comes from hard work, from rolling up our sleeves and grinding. What I've experienced, and I'm sure that many of you can relate, is that sellers who are stuck in this operator's mindset tend to focus excessively on the day-to-day. They are constantly optimizing, tweaking, and researching new hacks, but their businesses stay more or less the same. They are great at what they do, but they've conditioned themselves to be the doers, the craftsmen of their business. They're more comfortable working in their business rather than on it. And as a result, new product launches become rare, promising projects are ignored, and the business gets stuck. It's clear that businesses that fail to make this transition often struggle to grow beyond 7 figures. They are simply too dependent on the owner, which becomes a bottleneck. Let's talk about why this happens. In the early stages, we are rewarded for understanding Amazon, and this mastery is essential. It's all about rapid learning and experimentation. That is where a comfort zone begins to form, a bubble where everything feels familiar and under control. Because, let's be honest, maintaining direct control over every aspect of our business is comfortable at first. This comfort zone is seemingly safe, which makes it hard to get out. So we try to rationalize this and say things like, I have to keep doing everything because no one can do it as well as me. Which we all know is not true. It basically creates this illusion of control, this belief that by managing every aspect of our business, we can increase our chances of success. But the truth is that the complexity and volume of tasks will max out our capacity sooner or later. It's like trying to juggle an ever-increasing number of balls. You will eventually drop one. So the problem comes down to one thing, and that is fear. Fear of delegation. This fear originates from our identity being closely tied to our business. And it makes sense. We have built our brands from the ground up, pouring in countless hours to ensure every detail meets our standards. It's this emotional investment in our business that makes delegation not just a business decision, but a personal one. So we convince ourselves that it's safer to do everything on our own. Ironically, this is what becomes our worst bottleneck. And we are all guilty of this, myself included. It's so easy to slip back into what's comfortable. And that's why I make these videos, to remind you and myself of what's really important when it comes to growing a business. Running a business is simply different from scaling one. The skills that got you to 6 or 7 figures are not the same skills you need to take your business to the next level. And the sooner we accept this, the better. Because staying in this operator's mindset has consequences. As we already discussed, it limits your ability to scale. There is simply a cap on how much you can do, no matter how efficient you are. But it's not just about the business. This mindset can affect your personal well-being too. Being constantly overwhelmed and stressed out, it all adds up. And the worst part is that you might start feeling like you are sacrificing your freedom just to keep the business alive. And here's something to think about. What do you think 8-figure sellers focus on? Based on my experience, it looks something like this. How to build a brand that stands out and resonates with their customers. How to deliver an outstanding customer experience. How to find talent and bring them on board. How to maximize the value of their business. They rarely ever obsess about the tactics. And what about you? Are you thinking about these high-level topics, or are you looking for the next PPC hack? And of course, you might think that they talk about these things because they are already at 8 figures. You have other things to deal with. And I get it. But let me share a little secret. The reason they are at 8 figures is because they constantly think about this, not the other way around. Of course, making this shift isn't easy. After launching your business, this is the hardest thing you'll probably ever do in your business. One of the biggest challenges is finding the right people to delegate to. You might worry about maintaining quality or that things won't be done your way. But here's the thing. Delegating doesn't mean you are stepping away from quality. It means you are focusing your energy where it's most needed. And this YouTube channel is dedicated to exploring the ins and outs of this transformation, from systemizing your business to hiring and managing a team. You'll find plenty of tutorials and interviews with sellers who faced and overcame these challenges. So make sure to subscribe and check out my other videos. There is a moment every entrepreneur must face. It's realizing that the skills and tactics that got us to our first level of success are not the same ones that will get us to the next. The reality is that focusing solely on mastering Amazon keeps us playing a finite game. Yes, we might continue to make incremental gains, but we'll likely miss out on the exponential growth that comes from the bigger projects we keep postponing. The goal is to work on your business, not in it. By making this transition, you are not only setting your business up for growth, but you are also creating space for yourself to enjoy the journey. So if you need help to systemize your business and build the right team, make sure to check out the link in the description. And if you want to know how you can take a full month off without ruining your business, make sure to watch the next video, where I break down the exact steps you need to take to systematically remove yourself from the daily operations. You'll learn how to build a business that not only survives, but continues to grow without your constant presence. See you next week.